So hello and welcome to our module 16 of Introduction to Networks. Ang topic natin dito ay Network Security Fundamentals. So in this module, we're going to explain why basic security measures are necessary on network devices, identify security vulnerabilities, identify general mitigation techniques, configure network devices with device hardening features to mitigate security threats. So alam naman natin, attacks on network can be devastating and can result in a loss of time and money due to damage or type of important information or assets. Intruders can gain access to the network through software vulnerabilities, hardware attacks, or through guessing someone's username and password. Intruders who gain access by modifying software or exploiting software vulnerabilities are called a threat actor. After the threat actor gains access to the network, four types of threats may arise. Of course, information theft, data loss and manipulation, identity theft, and disruption of service. So what is vulnerability? So vulnerability daw is the degree of weakness in network or devices. Some degree of vulnerability is inherent in a router, switches, desktop, servers, and even security devices. Kung inyong iisipin kasi, di ba bibili tayo ng mga routers, switches, desktop, servers, and other peripherals. Yung mga device na yan ay mga nakastock na dyan ng napakatagal na panahon. So some of its operating system ay hindi naman design for the current or modern threats. So typically the network devices daw under attack are the endpoints, such as servers and desktop computers. There are three primary vulnerabilities or weaknesses. Yung technological vulnerabilities might include yung weakness ng TCP/IP protocol, operating system weaknesses, and network equipment weaknesses. Yung configuration din pala, kunyari configure tayo ng device, sometimes may weakness din pala siya. Yan. Configuration vulnerabilities might include unsecured user accounts, system accounts with easily guessed password, misconfigured internet services, unsecured default settings, and misconfigured network equipment. So security policy vulnerabilities might include lack of written security policy, politics, lack of authentication continuity, logical access control not applied, software and hardware installation and changes not following the policy, and a non-existent disaster recovery plan. All three of these sources of vulnerabilities can leave a network or device open to various attacks, including malicious code attack and network attacks. So if network resources can be physically compromised, a threat actor can deny the use of network resources. The four classes of physical threats are as follows daw. Yan yung hardware threats, includes physical damage to servers, routers, switches, cabling plant, and workstation. Environment threats includes temperature extreme, too hot or too cold, or humidity extremes. Ibig sabihin yan sa mga factory, sa mga malalaking factory, meron doon mga sensor nakakonect sa network. Kung yun ay ma-compromise, pwede kasing halimbawa ang normal operation ng mga sensor pagka nakadetect kunyari ng init, yan, mag-a-alarm siya o kaya automatic patatakbuhin yung air condition system. So pwedeng gawin ng attacker niyan is i-modify niya yon na kahit na umiinit na yung temperature do sa workplace na yon ay hindi siya mag-alarm or hindi magbubukas yung ating air conditioning system. Kung power plant ito, kagaya ng mga uranium plant, So possibly yung hit na yun kasi mag-cause ng damage na doon sa power grid natin, no? Pwedeng ano yan, catastrophe, ano? Then electrical threats, no? This includes voltage spikes, insufficient supply voltage brownout, unconditioned power or noise, and total power loss. Maintenance threats includes poor handling of key electrical component. Ayan, kunyari yung mga pagka nagsiservice tayo ng mga equipment natin, no, computer, mga motherboards, no, walang electrostatic discharge na ginagawa, no. Yan. Lack of critical spare parts. Yan, so walang mga backup, no. Poor cabling and poor labeling, no. Yung poor labeling na yan, nagkakos siya ng ng delay kapag nagkakaroon tayo ng troubleshooting. Yan. So minsan kapakapa tayo sa network, no, hindi natin alam kung itong kable na to ay connected kung saan, no. So a good plan for physical security must be created and implemented to address these issues. Okay, pag-usapan natin network attacks. So we have different types of malware, no. Malware daw is a short for malicious software. It is a code, no, or software specially designed to damage, disrupt, steal, or inflict bad or illegitimate action on data, host, or networks. So the following daw are types of malicious software or malware, no. We have viruses, no. Ang computer virus daw is a type of malicious software that propagates by inserting a copy of itself, no, into a program, no, executable file, and become part of another program. So it spread from one computer to another computer, leaving infection as it travel, no, So itong virus na to, syempre kailangan ito ng human action, no. Hindi naman siya kakalat kung hindi naman siya na enable ng user, no. Minsan accidentally, no, na enable siya ng user. For example, yung nakakita ka ng setup exe sa sa folder or sa kung saan mang location yan, tapos nag-double click ka, hindi mo naman alam kung ano yung purpose ng setup.exe file na yun, no. Of course, sometimes hindi niyo naman nakikita yung effect kaagad, no. Possibly later on, no, makikita natin na nagma-malfunction na yung computer natin. Worm or worms. Worms are computer malware, no, similar to viruses in that they replicate functional copies, no, of themselves and can cause the same type of damage. In contrast to viruses, which requires the spreading of an infected host file, worms are standalone software and do not require a host program or human help to propagate. At kakaiba dito sa worm na ito, hindi kahit sa ordinaryong file, no, so pwede siyang kumapit doon, ano. Usually ginagamit itong worm malicious software ng mga attacker to control other networking devices, no, on the network. So yung mga devices na yun, nagiging zombie yun, no, remote control. So we have Trojan horses, no. So it is a harmful piece of software that looks legitimate, no, unlike viruses and worms. Trojan horses daw do not reproduce by infecting other files. They self-replicate, no. So Trojan horses daw must spread through the user interaction, such as opening an email attachment or downloading a running a file, no, from the internet. From the word Trojan horses, no, ang purpose kasi niya is to open services of your computers or servers, no. After ma-open yan at connected sa internet yan, pwedeng meron ding nakalagay sa script na yon na kakontakin niya yung yung command and control, no, ng yung server, no, yung server mismo ng attacker. So doon sa server ng attacker, makikita ng attacker ngayon na buhay na, no, or meron na siyang access doon sa mga devices. yan, na napasukan ng Trojan horses. Okay, syempre before maganap ang attack, may mga steps na ginagawa itong mga threat actor natin. Yan. Syempre may mga gathering of information muna, no? Yan, yung tinatawag nating reconnaissance attack. In addition daw to a malicious code attacks, no, it is also possible for networks to fall prey to various network attacks. Network attacks can be classified, no, into three major categories. Reconnaissance attack, ito ay ginagawa to discover and mapping of system, services, or vulnerabilities. Access attack, of course, ibig sabihin nito, meron ka ng information regarding doon sa mga devices, so you are now trying to access the device, no? Kunyari naka-gain ka ng mga username and password, no? So the unauthorized manipulation of data, system access, or user privileges. Denial of service, no? The disabling or corruption of networks, systems, or services. For reconnaissance attacks, no, external threat actors can use internet tools, no, such as yung NSLookup, no, saka yung Whois domain tools, to easily determine the IP address space assigned to a given corporation or entity. After the IP address space is determined, a threat actor can then ping the publicly available IP addresses to identify the addresses that are active. So now, kung nakapag-gather na siya ng information, may mga nakita na siya ng mga devices, no? Yan. Susunod yan yung access attack. Access attacks exploit known vulnerabilities, no, in authentication services. Yan, kunyari telnet, no? Yan, nakikita yung content ng communication sa telnet. FTP services, no? And web services to gain entry to a web account, confidential databases, and other sensitive information. Access attacks can be classified into 4 types, Yan, meron tayong tinatawag na password attacks. Implemented using brute force or pwedeng through the Trojan horses, no, na naka-install sa computer habang nagta-type ng mga password yung user, nire-record yung mga keystrokes niya, no, tapos pinapadala sa command and control, no, ng hacker. Pwede rin namang may packet sniffer, no, kagaya ng Wireshark, no. Yan. Trust exploitation. A threat actor uses unauthorized privilege to gain access to a system, possibly compromising the target, no. So ibig sabihin niya na kunyari si computer A, trusted computer B. So aatakihin ni hacker si computer A. Yan, since si computer A daw ay trusted ni B, possibly yung mga traffic na nanggagaling kay A papunta kay B ay hindi panghihinalaan, no, ng ating computer B na illegitimate, no. So for example daw, ito naman yung tinatawag na port redirection, no. A threat actor uses compromised system, no. Halimbawa ngayon, using trust exploitation, no, naka-connect si attacker kay computer A. So through, for example, SSH, no. And then si computer A pala ay may access through telnet papunta kay computer B. Yan, yung tinatawag na port redirection. So man in the middle, no? The threat actor is positioned in between two legitimate entities in order to read or modify the data that passes between the two parties. Example nito yung ARP, ARP poisoning. Kapag ginawa mo yung ARP poisoning, lahat ng traffic diyan ay papasok sa'yo. Makikita mo yun. Yan, yung mga conversation ng halimbawa server at client, ikaw yung nasa gitna, no? So then possibly ito mangyari, no? Kung sakaling nakapasok na sa network, may access na, ito yung pwedeng maging result, no, ng attack na yun, yung tinatawag na denial of service. So denial of service attacks are the most publicized form of attack and among the most difficult to eliminate. However, because of their ease of implementation and potentially significant damage, those attacks deserve special attention from security administrators. So those attacks take many forms. Ultimately, they prevent authorized people from using service by consuming the system resources. To help prevent those attacks, it is important to stay up to date with the latest security updates for operating system and application. Those attacks are major risk because they interrupt communication and cause significant loss of time and money. Imagine, kunyari, yung isang banking, isang bank, nag-down yung buong system niya sa maghapon. Okay? Of course, yung masisira yung pangalan nila. Yan, tapos pwede sila magbayad ng damages doon sa mga malalaking customer nila. So these attacks are relatively simple to conduct, even by an unskilled threat actor. May tinatawag naman tayong dynamic DOS attack. Ayan. So ibig sabihin nito, kasi yung denial of service possibly nanggaling lang yan sa isang device. Yan, isa lang yung source. Ito multiple sources. Similar to DOS attack, but it originates from multiple sources. For example, a threat actor builds a network of infected hosts known as a zombie. So a network of zombies daw, tinatawag daw yan na botnet. So the threat actor uses command and control program to instruct the botnet of zombies to carry out DDoS attack. So network attacks mitigation. So para ma-mitigate natin o masolusyonan natin, or kung hindi man siya totally mapigil, may konting prevention. Ayan. So to mitigate network attacks, you must first secure devices including routers, switches, servers, hosts. Most organizations daw employ defense in-depth approach. Ang defense in-depth approach daw known as layered approach. Yeah, so this requires combination of networking devices and services working in tandem. So several security devices and services are implemented to protect an organization users and assets against TCP/IP threats. So dito kunyari, when outside employee wants to connect to the internal services ng ating company, may VPN muna. Okay, ibig sabihin, kailangan naka-encrypt yung communication nila at authenticated ka doon sa server. Yung traffic mo, pagpasok dito sa network natin, ipifilter pa yan ng firewall natin. If yung packet na yan ay legitimate packet or walang ginagawang walang behavior. And then, papasok pa yan dito sa IPS natin, which further check the content of the packet. So i-check nito yung fingerprint ng inyong packet, i-check or i-match niya or titingnan niya kung mayroong match doon sa kanyang database ng known attacks. If that packet matches doon sa ating known attacks sa IPS signature, i-drop niya yan. So i-drop niya yung packet niya yan. So meron pa tayong iba pang mga appliances, kagaya ng email security appliance that filters email vulnerabilities or email threats. Meron tayong web security appliance na ang purpose is to check web traffic kung legitimate traffic or meron din siyang yung mga black saka white listing ng website. Meron tayong centralized database for user accounts. Kung matatandaan nyo kasi kapag naglalagay tayo ng username and password locally sa router saka sa switch. But using AAA server, doon nakalagay kunyari yung username natin na admin, yung password niya na NIMDA, nandito siya nakalagay. Okay. In case nga naman daw na mag-down yung server saka switch always keep a backup. Ayan, lalo na kapag malaking organization tapos marami ng transaction, dapat may mga backup yan. Backing up device configuration and data is one of the most effective way of protecting against data loss. Backup should be performed on a regular basis as identified in the security policy ng company. Data backups are usually stored outside our organization to protect the backup media if anything happens to the main facilities. So consideration daw, no? Frequency, no, ng backup natin. Perform backup on a regular basis as identified in your company security policy. Full backup can be time-consuming, no? Therefore, perform monthly or weekly backups with frequent partial backup of change files, no? Storage daw, always validate backup now to ensure the integrity of the data and validate the file restoration procedures. Security. Backup should be transported to an approved offsite, no? On a daily, weekly, or monthly rotation as required by the company security policy. Validation. No? Backup should be protected, no, using strong password. So the password is required to restore the data. So perform upgrade, update, and patching. No? So as new malicious software is released daw, no, enterprises needs to keep current, no, with the latest version of antivirus software. The most effective way daw to mitigate a worm attack is to download security updates from the operating system vendor and patch all vulnerable systems. So one solution to the management of critical security patches is to make sure all end system automatically download updates. Implement AAA, no? Authentication, authorization, and accounting. Yan. So authentication, authorization, and accounting network security services provide the primary framework to set up access control on the network devices. AAA daw is a way to control who is permitted, no, to access the network, what action they perform, no, while accessing the network. So ibig sabihin niyan, pwede ka mag-limit, no, ng action nila. And making a record of what was done while they are there in the network, ano? Yan, may accounting. Yung concept nitong AAA parang sa ano, yung credit card, kung meron man kayong credit card na kung saan yung meron tayong syempre yung user, no, siya yan yung ano, yung authorized na gumamit ng card na yan. Okay, yung user natin so the concept of AAA similar to the credit card. The credit card identifies who can use it, how much that user can spend, no, di ba may limit yan, and keeps account of what item the user spent money on. So, appliances, no, na pwedeng gamitin for security. Firewalls. Network firewalls reside between two or more network, control the traffic between them, and help prevent unauthorized access. So, a firewall daw could allow outside user-controlled access to specific services. No? Halimbawa, yung pag-access ninyo sa edge kahit kayo ay nasa bahay lamang. No? So for example daw, no, server accessible to outside user are usually located on a special network referred to as DMZ. The DMZ enables a network administrator to apply specific policies na for host connected to that network. Possibly, kunyari ito, internet, no? Ito yung MFI internal network, no? Ito yung local area network, ito yung DMZ natin. So MFI will allow you to access our server, yung edge, but you cannot directly connect to our local area network, ano, for security, ano. So we have different types of firewall, no. Firewall products come packaged in various forms, no. So this product use different techniques for determining what will be permitted or denied access to a network. They include the following: packet filtering, firewall. So it prevents or allow access based on an IP address or MAC address. Application filtering firewall, it prevents or allow access by specific application type based on the port number. Kunyari port 80, port 21. URL filtering firewall, it prevents or allow access to a website based on specific URL or keywords. Stateful packet inspection. Incoming packet daw must be legitimate responses, request from internal host. Example, tayo, kapag tayo ma-access dito sa MFI ng Facebook. Yan, syempre yung return traffic natin from Facebook papasok ng ating firewall, Yan, so chine-check yan ng ating firewall kung yan ba ay legitimate traffic na papunta talaga sa specific host sa internal network natin. So meron kasing memory caching din yung ating yung stateful packet inspection So yung mga traffic sourced outside, ibig sabihin yung nanggaling sa labas, kunyari may nagte-telnet outside or may mga malicious traffic na papasok ng network natin, Unsolicited packets are blocked unless permitted specifically, Stateful packet inspection can also include capability to recognize and filter out specific types of attacks, such as yung DOS. Endpoint security, Tandaan natin yung endpoint, mga computers to, mga end devices. Is an individual computer system or devices that acts as a network client. Common endpoints are laptop, desktop, servers, smartphone, and tablets. Securing endpoint devices is one of the most challenging jobs of a network administrator because it involves human nature, Ibig sabihin may mga user kasi na pasaway, May security policy hindi sinusundan, A company must have well-documented policies in place, and employees must be aware of these rules. So dapat yan yung mga employees din merong orientation, ano yung mga dapat hindi dapat gawin sa network. Employees need to be trained on the proper use of a network. Policies often include the use of antivirus software and host intrusion prevention. More comprehensive endpoint security solution daw ay nag-rely sa network access control. Actually, marami pang klase ng endpoint security. Usually by vendor, Kunyari si Cisco may product na pang endpoint security, yung iba pang product kalaban nila meron ding sariling endpoint security solution yun na binebenta sa mga customers Yung Cisco iOS nga pala natin, yung sa router, meron tinatawag na auto-secure. Ang purpose lang nito is to lock yung ating iOS operating system, para yung mga by default na co-open na mga services na hindi kailangan papatayin niya yan. So the security settings are set to the default values when a new operating system is installed on a device. In most cases daw, this level of security is inadequate. For Cisco router, the Cisco auto-secure feature can be used to assist securing the system. In addition daw, there are some simple steps that should be taken that apply to the most operating system. Default username and password daw should be changed immediately. For example, if you buy a wireless router, online shopping, yan, may username password yun same admin, So palitan nyo yun. Access to the system resources should be restricted only, to only the individuals that are authorized to use those resources. Any unnecessary services and applications should be turned off and uninstalled when possible. Often devices, shipped from manufacturer have been sitting in a warehouse for a period of time and do not have the most up-to-date patches installed. It is important now to update any software and install any security patches na prior to implementation. Okay, so nabanggit naman na natin tong password na to, no? Sa mga previous meeting natin. So meron tayong service password encryption to encrypt yung type 7 password, no? Additional feature for security, ano? Yung tinatawag na lagging block for kunyari, no, magbablock siya about mga 200 seconds kapag ka merong failure attempt na 3 beses, no? Kunyari merong nag-try mag-log in, no? 3 beses nagkamali ng password, so magbablock yan ng mga 200 seconds. So piniprevent nun yung brute force attack. Ang brute force attack kasi pwedeng continuous sending of packet yan sa router natin, eh, no? Naka-bombard siya, eh. So kapag tayo, may login block tayo, hihinto yan ng 200 seconds. So kung ikaw yung attacker, may inis ka kasi tagal-tagal mo maghihintay bago magbukas ulit yung pintuan, eh, no? So disable inactive privilege exec mode access after a specified amount of time, ano? So using exec timeout. So maganda raw, no? Kunyari naka-enable ka ngayon, tapos nag-merienda ka for about 5 minutes, so dapat yun maglalak yung console. Okay, madi-disconnect ka dapat sa console, hindi yung nakabukas lagi na privilege mode, ano? So here, kailangan gumamit din tayo ng secure shell, no? So it is possible daw to configure a Cisco device to support SSH using the following steps, no? Itong device hostname, bahala kayo dito, eh, no? Or kung kayo ay nagtatrabaho na, no? O yung sinabi ng inyong boss, no, ano ilalagay yung hostname. Configure IP domain name, no? Of course, IP domain name, pangalan nito ng inyong organization, no? Tapos generate a key, no, to encrypt secure shell traffic. Yan. Kung hanggang 2048 bits yung yung key na kaya ng inyong router or switch, at least kalahati niyan, no? Yan, mga 1024 bits, no, para mataas po yung mga combination ng key para hindi siya madaling mahulaan, no? Then you can create a local database entry, no, for username and password, and then i-apply nyo yung local database na yan sa BTY access. Disable unused services. Okay, so itong iOS XE, hindi siya wala tayong ganitong operating system, no? Pero yung mga bagong iOS router kasi merong show IP ports all, makikita nyo yung mga nakabukas na ports doon, ano? Okay, na pwede nyong i-turn off. Okay, so that's all for this module. Please don't forget to read yung module na ito, no? Tapos i-take yung exam na kasama nito sa group module, ano? I hope this video helps you understand yung regarding regarding sa security, no? So again, thank you.